and welcome to The Bottom Line. News about your neighborhood and its condition. News that will allow you to make informed decisions. From downtown to Dover and everywhere in between, it's news that reaches the residents of Wilmington and Newcastle County. News that's real, relevant, revealing. Yes, it's The Bottom Line. Again, good evening. My name is Nicole DeSarette, and I am so happy that you are joining us for what's going to be another informational packed show tonight. I'm just so excited. We've got so many guests, and you won't want to miss a thing. So I say this almost every week. Get your paper, your pencils, because you will want to take notes. Trust me, great information in store for you tonight. It is Monday, May 9th. If you are a mother or a mother figure, I hope that you had a wonderful Mother's Day yesterday. Got a lot of things that we need to share with you, so I'm going to start off with just some announcements, starting off with what's happening this Wednesday, May 11th. At 2:30 at Legislative Hall in Dover. We need you to show up. You know that there has been a lot of discussion about the state of education here in the city, and it's time for the residents to speak up and be heard. If you are available this Wednesday, May 11th at 2:30, please go to Legislative Hall. If you didn't hear, the Solutions for Delaware Schools Volume 1 is now available. You can view this document by going to www.solutionsfordelawareschools.com. You will find information about suggestions on how to improve the school system in Wilmington and Newcastle County. So please, contact your legislators, and if you can, show up this Wednesday. The following week, on Monday, May 23rd, from 3 to 7 p.m., there will be a job fair. It will be held at Delaware Technical Community College, which is located 333 North Shipley Street, right here in Wilmington. This job fair is being hosted by Senator Chris Coons. Let me tell you some of the people who are participating. The Delaware Army National Guard, the Newcastle County Police Department, the Delaware State Police, Horizon Services, Discover, Mid-Atlantic Troops for Teachers, Home Instead Senior Care, and many, many more. If you are looking for a job, this is the place to be. Again, Monday, May 23rd from 3 to 7. Get your business suits together, get your resumes together, and show up. They're going to be there looking for you. Get your best interview face and your game face on for the 23rd. And we'll continue to remind you of this event. I am seeing more members of the Bottom Line crew. You know who's leading us off? Our captain, none other than State Rep Charles Potter. We have Brittany Michelle in the house. We have Miss Deneen. I see that a sports guy, Mr. Ed, just walked in. And hopefully Shakeen will join us as well. We're going to keep it moving. We're going right over to Studio A. Take it away, State Rep Potter.
Boy, I tell you, happy Mother's Day. It was a great weekend. I was in Atlantic City the whole weekend. I want to thank my good friend OP. We got to be backstage and watch this Whispers, and along with the Intruders. I enjoyed Charlie Wilson and Mays, Frankly Beverly and Mays. And we bought a comedy show Friday night. I mean, it was on. So, you know, I'm a little tired. Had to put my glasses on, my eyes a little red, you know. Didn't get back in town till about this afternoon sometime, but I had a great time down in Atlantic City. Today I got some, I'm not going to say, I could say friends or some enemies from back in the day, some of the Wilmington High School. We used to run on all the time. Remember those Howard, P.S. DuPont days? But no, really, got some people here from Wilmington High School alumni who are talking about some good things. Got my good friend Coop here, and I call him Coop. You know, he tried to take over my show, you know, but I'm still running the show. And why don't you introduce your friends you have with us today?
I'm Joseph Randolph, better known as Coop, to a lot of folks in the city. This is my brother, man, Minister Stan Salon.
All right.
And my good, beautiful, wonderful sister, Valerie Jones.
Put your hand out here, Valerie. You're not nervous no more, right? You're looking good. So why don't you start? You know, we'll make them go last. So tell us what's going on. You got a white affair taking place on July 16th, right?
Yes, we do. We have 3 coming events, and the purpose of our events is for our scholarships. And Stan will get into more details about that. For July the 16th at the Chase Center, we're having an all-white affair. The tickets are on sale now. Starting from now until May the 31st, they're $30. June the 1st through June the 30th, they're $35. July the 1st, they're $40.
Wow, so get your tickets now. That's
Right,
what you're saying,
exactly.
right now.
Get your tickets now. The DJ would be Lady B and Touchtone,
Okay.
so they will be handle the music. October the 8th, at the charter school, formerly Wilmington High School, we're having a 5K run walk. And November 12th, which we're very excited, we're having a legacy ball at the Clarion.
Okay.
And some more details will be coming up with that.
Okay, you got a lot going on. I guess we better turn it over to, should I say minister or pastor?
Stan
Salon. Class of 1974. I came out in 73, but okay, so we didn't have no problems then.
No,
right?
we didn't have any problem. You got out the year before we won everything.
You know, I think Ed's a high school.
Yes, he
Ed's a
is.
Wilmington High School guy, but you never.
He's
This is
a
the first
alumni.
time you said something about that, Jeff. But, okay,
But I'm real excited to be here. Thank you very
Right.
much, Representative.
no problem.
I'm real excited to be here to talk about the Wilmington High School Class of 74 Alumni Association's Scholarship Fund. This year will be the first year of what we look to be an annual scholarship award.
Wow.
We will award two $2,000 scholarships to graduating seniors. They will be $500 per year up to 4 years. And the seniors, we're looking for seniors that show promise because we believe that education is vital to the future of our children. There's a lot of negative stuff being talked about the children and the things that are happening in Wilmington, but we do have some good children that have some ambition, and we just want to try to help. So what we're going to do, the selected applicants, as I said, may receive the scholarships for up to 4 years, and we're looking for city residents. They must write a minimum 200-word essay about some of their community, religious, volunteer, school activity, achievements, honors, any extracurricular activities that they're involved in, along with their proposed goals and accomplishments. We want the students also to submit 2 letters of recommendation, have at least a 2.5 GPA, because we realize it's not just the smartest students.
Right.
It's some of the students that will really see students come out to be
Pretty
really
creative,
high achievers and really creative entrepreneurs.
Okay. That's me. I was 2.5 in school, you know. Then as I got, you know, to high school, went to college, I got better. So, you know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yes.
So,
So the finalists will be interviewed by the Wilmington High School Scholarship Membership Committee. They must bring proof of city residence and proof of financial need. So if anyone's interested in applying, they can send an application. They can get the application at our website, which is www.wilmingtonhighschoolclassof74.com.
Well, that's great.
Again, that's www.wilmingtonhighschoolclassof74.com, and send that to, which will be listed in our post office box by May 31st. And to support those scholarships, these are the events that we are using. Our upcoming White Affair, where we're going to honor our awardees at the beginning of the event. So in addition to it just being a fundraiser, we'd like all parents, guardians, those that have helped raise kids and are celebrating the graduation from high school or college or even maybe elementary school to come on out on July 16th and help celebrate with us. If you're a Leo or a Cancer and celebrating your birthdays, come on out and celebrate with us and have a good time on July 16th at the Chase Center.
Well, it sounds like a great event. I know you have something to add, and then we're going to run a little
Right.
short-minute clip.
Okay.
So what do you want to say?
What I
It's
want
going
to
to be
say
a great
is
event, right?
It's going to be a great event, and we want the whole city to come on out. You know what I mean? Howard, PS, Delaware. You know what I mean? All schools from Newark, Claymont. It doesn't matter where you're from. You know what I mean? It's an adult, mature crowd. You know what I mean? Every time we get together, we have a
you
great
cooking?
time. Not this time. As a
No?
matter of
Oh,
fact,
you're just going to party, huh?
no, I have to be working.
Okay.
But we will be having 2 hours of heavy hors d'oeuvres.
Okay,
You know what I
good,
mean, which
good.
we are offering along with that. There is a cash bar.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we would like for everyone to come out and support us because all proceeds that we make go strictly to the scholarship fund.
Okay.
This is all we do. You know what I mean? And we have a great time doing it. I mean, and anybody from the class of 74 from Wilmington High School who like to be involved, just come on to the meeting. We have a meeting every other Monday. Our next meeting is this Monday coming up.
He is going to take all the time.
sorry.
baby. I tell you, I'm going to cut him off.
I'm sorry, Charlie.
Go
Anyway,
ahead,
we'd
you
like
know,
for
go ahead,
everybody to
finish
come
up.
on up and support us. You know what I mean? You're not only
This,
supporting
you
us.
know, he has to be a good friend. I just let him take all the time. Why-
You're supporting the kids, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because we are trying to give back. This is our way of giving back. And we are from the hood. You know what I mean? We were raised and born
All
here.
right, now what I got to do, because I got to keep it moving. You know
Okay.
I love you.
Thank you.
Okay. We're going to run a short clip. We're going to run a short clip, and I think it's going to be about 30 seconds. What's going to take place? Then we're going to turn it right over to Studio C with Nicole. So let's see if we can get that clip running. If not, we'll go right over to Studio C. Oh, so we're over there to you, Nicole. So hey, this is live TV. So go ahead, Nicole, you got it. We'll run that clip.
So we'll get back to the clip. Technical difficulties, that's the beauty of live television. I hope that you are hearing the theme going on tonight. So we just heard from the class of 74, I believe it is, and what they're doing to help students who are pursuing higher education. I've already mentioned a job fair on May 23rd because we want people to be able to earn a living, and we want to give you that type of information so that you are in the know. We're going to continue this topic. I have 2 wonderful guests in the studio with me who are part of an upcoming conference this Saturday, May 14th, for parents and guardians of middle and high school students. So if that is you, or if you know of someone who fits that description, listen up, take some notes, and share the information. So I'm happy to welcome to the bottom line Dr. Pat Smith, and we have Miss Kimberly Chambers. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having us.
You are doing something that's very much needed in the community, and this is not your first time doing it.
No,
This
it's
is your 4th time doing it. So I'm going to start off with you, Dr. Pat. Tell us a little more about what's happening this Saturday.
Some amazing things are happening this Saturday. And as you mentioned, we are hosting the 4th annual College Planning Conference for Parents and Guardians. And it's going to be held, as you said, on May 14th at Rose Hill Community Center from 9 a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. And Nicole, the purpose of this conference is to equip parents and guardians with college planning information. Okay, we want and we think it's very important that parents be good partners with their students as they are preparing, planning, and navigating through the college planning process. We also want the parents to be informed about how to pay for college.
Correct.
Okay? Because we have seen students be overwhelmed, parents be overwhelmed, and some of the decisions that are made, financial decisions, are long-term hurtful.
Right.
And so we want to just give parents the key information. We have college planning experts that are coming from states like, of course, Delaware and Michigan and Virginia and Maryland, as well as Washington, D.C. So these college planning experts are coming. They are going to share the information with the parents in a very safe, friendly environment. We also have colleges, college admissions representatives that will be with us, and we have 6 colleges, and I can certainly name some of those colleges like Wilmington University, Goley Beacom College, Strayer University, Lincoln University, Coppin State University, and I think I might have named all 5, 6.
John Hopkins.
John
John Hopkins.
And that just, I think it's important to have all those college reps with us, especially Johns Hopkins, because our theme for this conference, and every year we change the theme, our theme is parents, students, and STEM education. And STEM stands for the science, technology, engineering, and math.
That's great. I mean, you said a mouthful, Dr. Pat.
I did.
So you can imagine what's going to happen from 9 to 2. It's going to be nonstop. It sounds to me like any question that a parent and or guardian could possibly have will be taken care of during that time.
Yes.
What I'd like to also share with our viewing audience is for middle and high school students,
We're in high school.
but if you have a college-bound athlete, you need to show up. As we were talking a little earlier, if you have a student who's looking to play a sport in college, that's a different animal in itself. And you need to be able to navigate that. So come out. If that's your situation, come out this Saturday and get more information. If you need to know about paying for college, we don't want our children to come out of college and be in debt for the next 50 years. We just shared some information about the class of 74. Scholarships are available, but you don't know what you don't know. So you got to show up this Saturday at Rose Hill Community Center and find out about the scholarship application process, find out about student aid, and if you got to take a couple loans out, make them small loans, because you don't want them to, to be having to pay for that forever.
Sure.
If you have a child who has a learning disability, there is still information for you at this conference. So it sounds like it's going to be time well spent.
Well spent.
9 to 2, $10 to register. You get breakfast and lunch. What a bargain.
I think so.
And I'm so happy not only to have you, Dr. Pat, but we have someone here who is not just a parent of a teenager, not only a speaker for your event on Saturday, but she's also a sponsor. So welcome to the bottom line, Miss Kimberly.
Thank you for having me.
So talk to us a little bit about why you're involved in what's happening on Saturday.
Well, as someone just said not too long ago, education is vital. And we believe that supporting our youth, our parents, in learning as much as they can possibly learn about college, because that's a vital area that we want more and more students to go to. We want them to go to college. And in addition, it starts with middle schools. This conference starts with middle schools. A lot of parents don't know that they need to start as early as middle school to start preparing for college. So that's one of the main reasons, because I do have a middle schooler.
Great. And may I just piggyback on that? Dr. Pat, you mentioned how parents and guardians need to be involved in the process, and you mentioned the need to start it in middle school.
Correct.
The point where parents and guardians need to be partners with their child and with the teachers starts in elementary school.
Oh, absolutely.
So we need to lay a good foundation from the very beginning and continue it from middle school throughout high school. Now my children, they're 24 and 26. They'll always be my children. When he turns 50, he's always going to be baby Jerry, always. I don't care what he says. But, they graduated from college in 2012 and 2014, but things continue to change and evolve. And I know that you're on the cutting edge of all of that.
We are. And that's one of the reasons why we change the theme each year. So I carefully look at the data and the research that's out there. so that we stay on the cutting edge. And like I said, this theme for this year is STEM, right? And what I have found is that a lot of students are interested in the STEM careers. They really are. And they become interested in a very young age, okay? And for instance, a parent may know that their student is good in math, okay?
Right.
But they're not sure what to do with that, okay? Or how to prepare that student to pursue a math college major or math career, okay? So at this conference, we're going to have these professionals to talk about how they entered into the profession and some of the things that they did to stay on track in the profession. And I want these individuals to talk about what are the challenges that are within the profession itself, and what were the pitfalls that they encountered as they were going through the process. So I just want the parents to really feel like, oh, I can help my student, as you said, from elementary, middle, and even into high school, because what we want is that we want to honor the students' talents, career interest, and we want to honor their desire to enter into these college majors that are more STEM related. Right? 12th grade, when they're in 12th grade, it's too late.
Yeah, it's too late at that point. So I'm hoping that we have piqued your interest about this conference, the 4th annual conference this Saturday, May 14th from 9 to 2 at the Rose Hill Community Center. You do have to register in advance. You can do so by going to their website, www.parentscollegeconference.org. Again, www.parentscollegeconference.org. You can also give them a call, 302-407-6691. And I'm looking forward to partnering with you throughout the year, because I know you do other things to help parents and guardians, and I know that you're doing something special on Saturday for parents and guardians who show up. You're raffling off some brand new laptops, I understand.
We are.
So you got to be there to even have the chance to win.
Absolutely.
And you're also giving out scholarships, and those are to students who have already applied for them. So,
absolutely.
Great. So,
as well as a current college student.
Current college students. And real quickly, Kimberly, I know that you are teaching, leading a workshop on Saturday. And what's the topic of your workshop?
SAT success. How to be successful, because everyone knows that, well, many people may know that the SATs changed this year, so we want to make sure everyone's up to date on all those changes and learn strategies to be successful.
Wow. And that's great to have a strategy, because there's a way to take a test and to improve your scores. So thank you for what you do with Dr. Pat. And I'm hoping that your phones just ring off the hook. I'm hoping that people register and say that they saw you both right here on the bottom line.
Great.
Thank you.
So great. May I add one more thing?
Sure.
Parents and guardians may register at the door. We do have walk-in registration as well.
Walk-in. But help Dr. Pat out with her account. Register if you can in advance. And if it's a last-minute thing, if you show up on Saturday, guess what? It's still $10. What a bargain. So thank you both so much for being here, and I wish you much success this Saturday and beyond.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
All
thank
right.
you for having us.
Well, somebody's giving me the eye over in Studio C, and I think it's our sports guy, Ed, but he looks like he's about to hit the I mean, he's looking sharp, y'all. And I have to say on behalf of Elder Ty, my friend, he would call it, what does he call it? Coffin sharp. What does he say? What does he say? Casket sharp. There we go. Let me turn it over to Mr. Ed. Looking good.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the sports segment of the show. We had a small technical difficulty, which has been corrected. And I wanted to say that the first thing I wanted to say was that I had the unfortunate event of coming outside of my home. It's on 2nd and Rodney, between 2nd and 3rd, and a young man had just got shot Saturday afternoon and killed. And this type of behavior is continuing to go on within our communities, and it's nothing but our young people who are doing this to each other. And we need to stop this kind of behavior. It needs to cease, because we don't know the value of life. And value of life, you don't know whose life you are affecting by doing this senseless act of violence. So I just wanted to talk about that first. Okay, down to the sports segment of the show. The ladies' Olympic basketball team was announced last week, and the stars keep on coming. To name a few: Elena Deladon, Brittany Griner, Sue Bird, Simone Augustus, Tamika Catching, Skylar Diggins, Candace Parker, Brianna Stewart, Maya Moore, Diana Taurasi. With this group of athletes, they probably will go through the Olympic tournament without even losing a game. That's just an incredible, incredible group of athletes. Good luck to you in your upcoming Olympic sports. The Kentucky Derby was held Saturday night. This is a picture, Norquist, or Nyquist. Nyquist is the 4th consecutive year that this favorite has won the race. Some people think that Nyquist may duplicate what American Pharoah accomplished last year, and that's winning the Triple Crown. Good luck the rest of the way. NHL. The NHL playoffs are winding down in the Eastern Conference semifinals. The Tampa Bay Lightning advanced to the conference finals by beating the New York Islanders 4-0 last night, winning the series 4-1. Pittsburgh leads Washington 3-2 in the other conference semifinals. And Game 6 is tomorrow night at Pittsburgh. In the Western Conference, St. Louis leads Dallas 3-2, with Game 6 as tonight at St. Louis. In the other semis finals, the St. Jose Sharks lead Nashville 3-2, with the winners advancing to the finals. Tennis. Novak Djokovic defeated Andy Murray 2-1 yesterday to win the Madrid Open. Murray, this is the 12th time in 13 matches against Murray since 2014 that Djokovic has beat this young man. Djokovic has won 6 Masters titles, including 3 this last year. He won at Indian Wells in Miami and has also won the Australian Open in the finals against Murray. Djokovic's next tournament will be the Rome Masters next week, and then on to the French Open, where we hope to see Serena Williams making a comeback. Baseball. The Windy City is still looking to maybe see in the all-Chicago World Series as the Chicago Cubs of the NL has the best record in baseball at 24-6. Many people pick Chicago Cubs to win it all this year. The Chicago White Sox in the American League has the best record in the American League at 22-10. The Phillies lost 3 out of 4 last week to St. Louis, and however, they had bounced back against Miami, won that series, and maybe they may be as good as we think they are. We'll see. The Phillies look like they're doing pretty good. NBA. Last year, the Cleveland Cavaliers went into the NBA Finals missing 2 key components. That was Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving. This year, with the addition, they lost in 6 games to Golden State in the finals last year. This year, with the addition of Channing Frye and no injuries, the Cavaliers look like the team to beat, as they have swept their first 2 opponents, as they have swept Detroit Pistons and the Atlanta Hawks. They will now face the winner of the Miami Heat versus Toronto Raptors. Bad news for the Raptors as they starting center, Jonas this guy got a tough name. Valanciunas. That's it, Valanciunas. This guy was doing something very good. So without him, I don't think Toronto has any kind of chance. You know, Miami's probably should win. That series is going tonight. On the other hand, Miami center Hassan Whiteside will miss tonight's game 4 at Miami with Toronto leading them 2-1. The Western Conference semis is continue tonight. Stephon Curry may play. I think he will play tonight in Game 4. They lead Portland 2-1 as Golden State is trying to get to win their 2nd straight championship. Oklahoma City Thunder tied up San Antonio last night as they won last night's game 111-97. And I tell you, with San Antonio, when you look at them, their nucleus looks kind of old. And I don't know if what they're going to do or how they're going to do it or what's going to happen. But the nucleus looks kind of old, and I just don't think that they're going to win it this year, even with the additions they made with Aldridge and West. Those two players look very good, but Duncan played 2 games, and I saw one game he had 2 points. The last game he played in game 3 or game 4, he had no points. Now, that's just ridiculous for a player to come out there and have no points. But Duncan is kind of old, and no telling. But I'm still going to say this. The Golden State Warriors are the best team in the NBA. With a healthy Curry, no one will beat them in the 7-game series. I don't care how many threes Cleveland hits. They will not beat Golden State in the 7-game series with a healthy Curry. In closing, I want to say that this is a picture of one of the greatest coaches to ever coach the game, Penn State's coach, Joe Paterno. Now, I don't know why these people keep persecuting this man. He's dead and gone. Leave his memory alone. This man was a great coach for Penn State, and they keep persecuting him for something that somebody else done. Leave him alone. Let his memory die. Closing by saying in boxing, Canelo Alvarez defeated Amir Khan by a 6-round KO to retain his welterweight title or WBC middleweight title Saturday night. He looked pretty good. That's the last fighter, I believe, that my boy Mayweather beat. Very good. I hope Mayweather comes back. I want to see him again. So we're going to wrap it up, and we're going to go over to Studio B.
All right. Hello, everyone. And in case you're just joining us, you are watching The Bottom Line. I am Brittany Michelle here, or Brittany Michelle, and I am very excited to be hosting again. It's been a very long time since I've had the chance to interview somebody by myself, so I feel very I'm excited. And I'm very excited to have the guest that I have today. I've been following her on Facebook, all the wonderful things that she's been doing. I was very happy and excited when she contacted me, and we worked this out and we got here tonight. I have here as my guest Megan Ferrer, who is the author. She is an author, speaker, preacher, and entrepreneur. Yes, ma'am. Just all-around positive person. Just if you even follow her on her social media, she's just always saying something positive and uplifting. So I have her here today. I also have her husband, Terrence Ferrer. He thought that he was going to skip out on being on stage with us tonight. He is also an author, and we're going to get into that a little bit later. So I want you guys to introduce yourselves. Megan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you for having me. Like you said, my name is Megan Ferrer. I just recently self-published my first book, first of many, I believe. And my husband, his book launches at the end of this month. My book is a prayer book for women. It's a topical prayer book. I know for myself and my husband, we always talk about sometimes when you're going through things in life, you don't know what to say to God. You don't know what to pray about. So my book is just a topical prayer book. It's going to teach you strategic words to actually yield a complete manifestation of whatever situation you might be going through. So my book is geared towards women, has everything from dealing with a breakup to anger to depression, suicide, being a single mom, going through just many different life changes. And my husband is geared towards men. You could talk a little bit more about yours.
Well, good evening. I'm Terrence Ferrer. I'm the author of his Black Book of Prayers. My wife and I, we see it as, prayer is the apex or in the core of our everyday existence. So we wake up, go to sleep. Throughout the course of our day, prayer is essential. As husbands, I believe, and as heads of your home, you should always pray. My book is strategic as well. It focuses on husbands, single men, men who have gone through divorce, finances, the athlete, the musician. It deals with single fathers who father sons and daughters. They're separate prayers. They're not, universal. So you have one that deals with the promise carrier, the daughter, and one who is dealing with the emerging king. So there are the prayers that I have are very strategic, and they're very surgical, straight to the point.
That's amazing, because a lot of times, just in my experience reading books of this nature, religious books, some things are very general. I like the fact that you guys have taken the time to really specify, who the prayers in these books can really touch, can really touch on what they're going through in life. Now, you have been doing a lot. Like I said, I've been following you for quite a while on
Yes.
social media. You know,
Yes.
when we've communicated a few times, and you've just always been so awesome.
Thank
so
you.
you not only have the organization Women of Purpose.
Yes.
You also have an organization for younger women. They're from 12 to
17.
17 called God's Purpose Girls. I
Yes.
love that title.
Thank you.
And you're also being a wonderful wife to him. You're also being a wonderful mother. I see it
Yes.
all.
Yes.
Since I got back on social media, I see it all.
Yes.
How did you really have the time to sit down and write this? And really, what was the point where you felt as though this was needed? This was really needed in the community?
Honestly, I wrote my book in 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
It was more so I knew I had to get it done because I had seen so many women who contacted me through Women of Purpose or just through social media, and they're going through different things, and they just don't know how to pray. You know, sometimes we don't have anyone to teach us, you know. So I wanted, my book is very easy read. I don't want you to open it up and not have, you know, have huge words and you don't know what you're actually saying. I believe that in order for you to actually believe something, you have to be able to understand it.
Exactly.
So the book is very easy read. And I just sat down and I just made a goal to type as more than 2,000 words a day, and I just sat there and got it done because I had a conference. Women of Purpose had their 1-year anniversary conference, and I wanted to release the book at the conference. So I just put my mind to it and got it done.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And so was it the same thing for you? Did you just see where this was going and you were equally as
Well,
inspired
it's-
to do something for the men?
It's kind of the same vein as well. Like I said, you know, for the man and the woman, you know, we both have two different paths. Even though we walk together, we have our own singular struggles. So that's why, you know, a lot of our prayers, they're complementary to each other. Like there's one that I have in there as well also that deals with the wandering eye. Even though I deal with the husband, I also deal with the wandering eye, because before you're married, you have to get certain members intact, or you're trained, and you have to have that understanding that God's eyes never wander, neither should yours. You know, so you know, sometimes we have gone through life, we've matriculated through life, and we hear, oh, it's okay, you know, it's not that hurt. Looking doesn't hurt. Well, it really does. You know, because the honor of your name is placed upon your bride, and it should never be released to another. So that's
I
that.
think I want to copy of your book too.
And we also have
Yes.
we have Men of Purpose as well too.
Yes.
So we have Bible studies, and right now
wow.
I've been literally housing some of the men's basketball team at Wilmington University, and they come, and
Yes.
a couple of men have given their life to Christ, and it's been very dynamic. It's been an awesome experience and a great encounter.
That's beautiful. I absolutely love the fact that I love the term power couple when I just
Oh my God.
when I just see a man and a woman just working together and
Yes.
they're in love and they're really doing something that they're passionate about and supporting each other with it. That is beautiful. Please spread that around.
Yes.
Through your organization.
Yes.
So if you don't mind, I just want to tell everyone at
Yes.
home, where can they get these books? Because I'm so excited to really sit down and read. I want to read yours too, because I want to be
Yes.
able to advise somebody,
Yes.
man or woman, you know, what they can do.
The book is for the men and the women that love them. So I mean, you can get the book and gift it to somebody.
Yes.
So it's not even just, you know, focused on men per se. Like a man can read it and a woman can read it to understand, oh wow, let me pray to properly cover him. Because even as wives, you also have to cover your husbands in prayer. So there's also some merchandise as well on there as far as T-shirts and stuff. Like my wife, she has her T-shirt.
Now this is mine, but this is what her T-shirts look like. I believe they're also on your website.
Yes.
Yes.
You're offering the T-shirts. So anytime that you just want to represent, you know, what you are, what you believe, and what really just saved you and helped you through. She has some T-shirts, and you can rep that. So really quick, I don't think we actually
Use the
stated
website.
where we can find the book.
You
So
can go
what is
on
the website?
meganferrer.bigcartel.com or terrenceferrer.bigcartel.com.
Make sure that you
Yes.
go to both. Get both books. Okay, so we have to wrap it up. We're going to go to our next set and have Deneen and her wonderful guest. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I wanted some more time.
Hi there, and welcome back. Okay, so I was a little caught off guard there, but it's all right. I have some amazing guests in the studio with me this evening, and we're going to discuss a topic that is definitely a discussion that's happening in a lot of homes. very recently. I have with me Miss Desiree Brady, and I'm sorry, but we didn't exchange names before we came on.
George Evans.
George Evans, Mr. George Evans. I did learn that Mr. George Evans has been serving for 30 years on the Christina School Board, so that I do know about you. But also, we're here to discuss Desiree. Desiree, if you don't know, is running for the Christina School Board, and election is tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, so we just want to provide space for us to, or for you, to educate the community about what you're running for, your purpose, who you represent. So we just want to start there. I know that you're a voice, right, for the
Yes.
parents and children and communities.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about that.
Pretty much, I'm running for District F seat on the school board. Pretty much is the Route 40 corridor, but everyone in the Christina School District is able to vote. I pretty much want to run to give parents that feeling, you know, that they have a voice. I would like to see more parents come out and get involved in our schools and the community as well. Just come in and feel as though they have a voice within our district, and we care about our children.
Right, absolutely. And so you're a mom.
Yes.
Right, first and foremost.
Yes.
And your children go to schools within this Christian school district, I
Yes,
assume.
I have 2 children in the district. My son is now a senior, and I have a 5th grader as well.
And so what drove you to want to run for this seat?
Well, I work with children and families every day at the Greater North Boys and Girls Club, where I'm currently employed, and you hear a lot of the parents' complaints and concerns, and then working hands-on with the children, you see where there's a lack and where they're struggling and what they need. And I just felt as though, you know, someone with the experience that I've had and have as far as working with these families, working with these children, working within the schools, that I can provide a different perspective to the board.
Right, and so, you know, you talk about experience. I was reading over your flyer here, and it says Desiree has 9 years of experience working in the educational field, 14 years of experience working as a director for a non-for-profit organization, and 7 years of community service supporting youth and families, and you don't look a day over 21. I'm trying to add this all up.
Thank you.
But that's phenomenal. So you have the experience, you have the background, and you're putting yourself in position, which I think should be commended. So I was looking at what Desiree supports. So can we expound a little bit on that? The first thing is increasing student achievement through research-based proven models aligned with curriculums and things like that. So talk about it.
More so just having the information that's proven to state that this is what our children need and this is what is going to help them, instead of just going by, oh, well, this looks like a good idea, let's use this, or let's use that. Just.
In some schools, I'm finding that like mid-year, they'll change the curriculum. I mean, that's happened to my children. And so is that common, or?
Well, usually the curriculum is planned well in advance. Now,
Right.
there may be some changes based upon certain state requirements.
Gotcha.
And as certain students pick up additional credits, you may have a change because that particular course may have commenced something else during the course of the same year.
So over the last 30 years, I'm sure that you've seen a lot of changes take place.
We have seen a great deal of changes.
And so what direction would you say that we're treading in? Or do you think that things are starting to get better, or is there still a great need for improvement? Or
There's always a need for improvement,
Sure.
and one of the qualities that Desiree brings, of course, is the issues that we're talking about in terms of the school environment. We've seen circumstances that have unfolded at Howard. We see even more recently legislation being put in place by Senator Rose Henry regarding the number of suspensions. So we need earlier engagement for students, both in terms of parents as well as the teachers, so that we will be able to foresee some of these little disputes that can become something more serious.
you both can answer this question. So how is it that we get more parents involved in their child's education?
I would say first by educating them, letting them bringing them in and allowing them to feel comfortable enough to see, you know, this is what's important, this is why this is being done, and this is why you should participate in certain things as far as your child's in education, because, you know, they play a major part.
Sure.
All children like
absolutely.
praise. To come home to a parent or parents and see that, you know, they know what's going on with you in school, they can help you with homework, they want to work with you, it pretty much gets them more engaged.
So encouraging that, though, because I know that there have been different tactics used over the years trying to get more parent involvement. And, you know, unfortunately, when you look at the PTA and you look at even school events, assemblies and concerts and things like that, the parents aren't really showing up to support their child. So how do you counteract that? How do you make it so that they can become more involved?
In my opinion, I feel as though it needs to be a little bit more welcoming.
Okay.
People like to see people who resemble them in some states, I guess. And that's the start. If I can come out and I see that, you know, you're not judging me, you're not looking at me a certain way, that makes a difference. And you're actually coming to me with information, not uncomfortable with sharing things with me.
Right.
So I feel as though that's a big part of getting the community and the parents involved in our schools.
And so you talked about creating an atmosphere so that parents feel more invited. So one of your bullets here says leadership, staff development, and maintain and increase high quality teachers in the classroom. I think that's huge. Just, you know, really molding some true leadership, some leadership qualities within the teachers that are schooling our kids is very vital. So tell me your plans for that. Or is that just a focus? Is that just something that is focused on to?
It is a focus, but it's more so getting the staff the certain trainings and training development that they need to know how to learn how to work with all children.
Okay.
Not just a small percentage of children, but all of our children.
So I like to talk about facts, right? I like statistics. So just tell me, you know, when you look at the Christina School District, what zone is that first?
The seat that I'm running for?
No, where the children are coming from, what areas?
Well, there is both the city and the suburbs. If you're talking about the city itself, the district includes all of South Wilmington. It includes the east side as it goes as far north to 14th Street. And then as you go west to Jackson, but then Adams. But then you go to the south, and it runs then west up Lancaster Avenue. And then close to Ellesmere.
Okay.
We have one school that's pretty close to Ellesmere, which is Douglas, if you're familiar with that school as you go towards the Kirkwood Highway.
Okay.
That's in the city. And then in the suburbs, it includes all of Newark, the Route 40 area in Bear. If you're familiar with Christiana High School, it would include the Christiana area. Within that particular geographical location.
Okay, so they recently passed for, and forgive me if I'm not saying this correctly, but for the redistricting, yeah. I didn't practice that before I came on. So how is that going to affect?
Now, that's the Wilmington Improvement Commission. Right now, it's a planning piece. It's been submitted to the state board, and that plan now is before the General Assembly. It requires funding as one of the key issues. If it is passed, it would transfer the students in the city of Wilmington to the Rick Clay School District. And so those young people, which is one middle school at Bayard, and we have 4 elementary schools, 4 or 5 elementary schools in the city.
Those are the schools that will be affected.
That's right, and they would be transferred to the to the Red Clay School District.
Okay, so it looks like somebody wants to get in on this conversation. I said something about redistricting and.
No, really, I know you have your mic, and I'm just going to borrow this with you.
Let me take it off.
I just want to step in because it's really important that everyone gets out and vote on May the 10th. And Desiree Brady is running in the Christiana School Board District. She needs your help. Get out and vote. You know, I ran a mini election, so get out and vote and help this young lady out. So she has 1 second to tell people why people should vote for her.
It's important, and we need a voice, and you have to get it out there. You have to get out. You have to get involved with your children's education, and the communication needs to be there. So.
Let me say that voting is going to take place between 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. You do not need to be registered to vote. You must be at least 18 years of age and live within the Christina School District for this election.
And you do not need to be registered to vote. I think that's important for people to know. All right, excellent. So we're actually going to go back over to our news desk with Ms. Nicole DeSarette, and she's going to wrap us up for this evening. Thanks for tuning in.
I hope that we did not disappoint you this evening, just bringing you tons and tons of very important information, ways that you can help children going out to vote tomorrow. We mentioned that. You can also help children by contacting your legislators, or better yet, showing up Wednesday at Legislative Hall at 2:30. Those are ways that you can help. If you need more direct help and you have a middle school student or a high school student, show up this Saturday, May 14th, for the College Planning Career Day. We have things that we hope that you will take advantage of. A couple more things. The job fair, May 23rd from 3 to 7 at Del Tech. A place to be if you are looking for a job. And also on May 23rd, the Delaware Black Caucus is having a meet and greet fundraiser from 6 to 9 at Timothy's on the waterfront. We're out of time. We could go on for another hour easy, but we hope that you will join us same place, same time for The Bottom Line. On behalf of State Rep Charles Potter, Brittany Michelle, Ms. Deneen, Mr. Ed, I'm Nicole DeSarette, and I hope you have an excellent week. Take care.